LA has such a gravitational pull to it. I mean, it's like Jupiter compared with the Earth or something. I mean, it really doesn't matter how far it is. And I think it really has, I mean, traditionally, of course, that was true. San Francisco was the imperial city, not just of California, but of the entire West, and hoped to become the Rome of the Pacific. But that all began to change around 1900, 1910 or so, for a variety of reasons, a lot of which had to do with the fossil fuel, which is directly underneath the city, of course, and entertainment as well, too. And also the 1906 earthquake and fire, which just stopped it in its tracks, while Los Angeles kept growing. So that San Francisco was never able to realize greater San Francisco, which would have incorporated the entire Bay Area into a metropolitan region modeled after New York, but really somewhat more like Los Angeles. And they were going to fill in the Bay, you know, up until about 1969, speaking of environmentalism, if the faculty wives in Berkeley had not stopped them from filling in the Bay Area would have looked a great deal more like Los Angeles than it does today.
That is amazing.
So I'm not sure that the proximity really has a lot to do with it. I think a lot more has to do with the old Phil Burton political machine, which somehow or other, and I've never quite understood it, just keeps going on and on like the ever-ready bunny. It just doesn't stop. And so you've got Boxer, Feinstein, Willie Brown, Jerry Brown, you know, and they sort of somehow or other reproduce themselves over and over again. Feinstein's enormously important in this because of her seniority in Congress and her husband's enormous wealth, which is not accidental. The Chronicle has been covering for the Feinstein-Blum public-private partnership for quite some time. And so Feinstein has an enormous amount of power, and of course that gives a gravitational attraction to the Bay Area. And I also want to say it's not just San Francisco, it really is Silicon Valley as well too, because it's really a metropolitan region of 8 million people. And the money in Silicon Valley is enormous. And what people don't understand, you know, you were getting at it, is that Silicon Valley is an arsenal. It is an enormous arsenal. And the Chronicle did a series of articles just after the Iraq War called Bay to Baghdad, which was very informative about the huge amounts of federal money that come into the Bay Area to develop remote control technologies to wage war in other places. And so that's tremendously important. I don't think that aerospace in Southern California is as important anymore.
Well, not like it once was, that's for sure.
No, I think Silicon Valley has really sort of replaced it in that way, in this kind of etherealized remote control technologies. But that has been tremendously lucrative. And so that's
it's a Bay Area ecosystem. You're right that you have, you know, companies like Bechtel that are based up, you know, north of that you have this symbiotic relationship, and that this goes back to World War II with, you know, this connection between the city of San Francisco and the power brokers in San Francisco, and what develops to the south.
Absolutely. I mean, to think of power centers, there's a redwood grove just north of San Francisco. There's one of the Earth's great power centers. That's the Bohemian. The
Bohemian Club, right.
And that is, you know, every summer you have this confluence of power in that one place. And it's partly from Southern California, but it's from all over the world.
I think that's an indication of its power, is that the executives in Southern California aspire to go to the Bohemian Grove in the summer.
You know, but it's interesting because one talks about the knowledge economy around the Bay Area and Silicon Valley and all of that. But increasingly, what we're seeing down here is a kind of intangible knowledge economy. I mean, the heavy industry, you know, to the extent that we had an auto industry here, aerospace, has left the region. You know, the number of Fortune 500 companies has declined probably by 90% in Southern California over the last, 25 years. Which is not to say that Southern California in general and Los Angeles in particular become inconsequential places, because what you have is an entertainment complex that defines popular culture, not just in this country, but for most of the world. And even though in terms of numbers, it's certainly dwarfed by the tech industry. The obvious statistic is you take global box office revenues for last year. It's about $33 billion. You know, the 4 or 5 biggest tech companies are 10 times that, and that's just 4 or 5 companies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no comparison in terms of the sheer size of the economic engine that's up there. And yet, this much smaller community that we have here wields this enormous influence.